The thing that is difficult always is to be real and to be spontaneous and not to make like a fake film because you have to make a film. So we have to be completely convinced that we want to make a film. And what is convincing to me personally is because I have to shoot it, is that it has to be a story that is connected to my life somehow or to my reality, because all my films are kind of a diary. When we are filming, or when I decide to make a film, Odile and I discuss it, and usually we discuss it in a way that is also financially kind of real, because we have to sell the idea. I mean, we never go out, or rarely do we go out and just shoot something and hope that we can sell it, because it's too hard.
But we don't do it yet.
We used to, yeah.
Because the business is not in distribution. We have changed that way of working. Now we are trying to have an idea, sell it, and then going to shoot. I think it's also, even though money-wise it's really not worth it, it's really worth it to have a contact with the public and to show your film, and it's also a big pleasure, to meet the audience and see how they react, what they like. So I always like to do that, and also not a lot of people take chance distributing documentary because it's hard, right?
We've made so many films.
Yes.
So this is kind of an organic process that kind of repeats itself over and over again.
Yes.
It's we have a business. It's always about a question for me, and for the film that is playing at the festival here now, the question was what is going on in France right now, because when I filmed this, the right wing was in power, was threatening to be in power. The country is having severe financial issues. There's a lot of social degradation. There's a lot of problem with politics, because politics is failing. So the idea was, okay, how do we make a movie about this? How do we talk about this? And that's the beginning of this idea of exploring how to make a film about this, but without being direct. By making a film that's kind of a metaphor. I filmed something 10 years ago in France at a factory where the workers were threatening to blow it up. It was a very serious situation. I went there for 2 weeks. I filmed, and I never did anything with this footage. And the reason was because I didn't film enough, and it was just for my own personal needs to film this. So I had this footage in my archive, and Odile said, "Well, why don't you go back to that place and find out what happened to the people?" And by doing that, it opened up a whole world, and we ended up making this movie. So the whole process is, why is something going on in society, and how do I deal with it? How do I take this question and make it into a film? When I look at the students, I say, gosh, I hope that they learn to be strong, to fight, and not be afraid to pull back, because it's so difficult to survive, So I think that I try, I don't want to really teach them anything. I just give them my experiences, but I want them to feel like they have the strength in them to do it,
Yeah, and I think it's true in producing too. You have to not be afraid, and especially not be afraid of a channel. Because I was told so many times, you cannot do this, you cannot do that with a channel, you cannot refuse a project from them. And I did all the things that you are not supposed to do, and I'm still producing. So obviously, and I think it's important not to let the channel be like the boss and dictate it what you do. You know how to make films, and they have to understand that, maybe they think they know, but they don't always know. And so I think that's very important to not be afraid of standing for your rights. I mean, as a producer too. And also when you, like for instance, I got the best budget when I just thought in my head, I don't give a fuck if I don't do this film, So you just go, you just do your best, and then because you are not afraid, you get the best budget.